Hello, good evening. I mean, good morning. So I'm recording this Friday evening because we have a very early meeting tomorrow, which probably will last until noon. So let's go through everyone's submissions first. So our last assignment last week was to do an urban design proposal, sort of bringing together what we learned in QGIS to create some kind of uh, what they call this idea or proposal, like some kind of solution to an existing problem in your local community. So the requirements were to add an image of the site, write a short discussion on the population data of the site, and then write a short discussion on the identified problem of the site. So I wanted to discuss this with everyone because everyone had, like, again, very good work. I don't know if it's because my requirements are very easy, but overall, everyone keeps submitting more than what I expect. So again, everyone gets like perfect scores. Okay, so here we have Faye's example here. I'm not sure if that's the actual name, XIX Martyr Street. This is in, um, actually, maybe I can nitpick this a bit. Uh, so the map over here, it's supposed to be Kalibo Aklan. But still giving Faye a perfect score because I just wanted an image, but she went ahead and drew a QGIS map, which is supposed to be like the next step. Maybe like she got confused somewhere. But anyway, this is a good start already. So, what are the problems here? So, 19 Martyr Street. I don't know why it wrote XIX there. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be written. In Kalibo Aklan has a population or like this area is located in Barangay Poblacion with a population of 12,000 people, or 30% of the total population of the municipality of Calibo. So that's a pretty big 13%. Let's see. Municipality of Calibo is the capital of the province, and the problems identified here are like what do you call this? The municipality lacks a comfortable condition for people to walk around. So her proposal is to close the street off from any vehicles except bicycles. This is usually the sort of end goal for pedestrianization or allowing for more public spaces, but I feel like in a place like Aklan, given what she wrote here, I think there would be a lot of pushback. So a more realistic proposal would be like sort of a partial closure, or not even a partial closure, just improving the already existing sort of I guess for lack of a better word, amenity. So looking at the image here, there is enough space for sidewalks, but the biggest problem is that it's not shaded or sheltered. So maybe before we close it down completely, we could try suggesting to the local government, maybe what if we put some covered walkways here? The covered walkways could be of a light material, could be temporary, maybe like a small section, because these things tend to take a lot of time and a lot of money. So it'd be good like to start off with something smaller. So maybe like semi-permanent shelters, and then we'll observe if it actually increases the traffic flow, the walking traffic. So that's my suggestion here. And then for your next step, since you already have your um, QGIS map here, would be to fill in the missing blocks over here. I already have like a sample QGIS. I'll discuss it in a bit. How to draw these like blocks, and then we can't really do like a 1:1 like scale accurate map, but all I'm requiring is like you get the general shape. So with this, we can tell there are 9 buildings along this like street AS Fortuna. This is like another sort of location from one of our submissions. But yeah, so you don't need to be like super accurate with the buildings. I just need to know how many there are because like as we know, the OpenStreetMap is not perfect and it's like a work in progress. So maybe the way we can help out like not just our local community but the national government is like we can help OpenStreetMap fill in these like missing gaps of buildings. What I did was I just used Google Maps and basically just estimated how many buildings there are and just drew it onto um, QJS. So I'm lost again. Where's AS Fortuna? AS Fortuna over here. So a little bit up. Okay, now I'm really lost. Here. This is the part I drew. So look at it. It's not like 1:1, but I just counted the number of buildings and placed it here. So that's what I'm expecting for our final. We might spend like 2 weeks on this. Since we're not meeting tomorrow, I would just like to ask for a progress shot and I'll leave a comment on it hopefully by Sunday so we can like work on it on Saturday next week. That's the 28th, basically our last day. So we won't have an exam anymore. We'll just do like our final presentations. Next, we have here Santo Niño de Ubay Parish, the major plaza or the Plaza Mayor. This is located in Poblacion, Ubay, Bohol. So already started with the QGIS. Um, I'm not sure if I requested for QGIS specifically, but I just wrote their image lang because we didn't get time to discuss. So I wasn't expecting anyone to like actually submit QGIS, so that's very good. So the main problem here, let's see, before that population is between 2,599 to 3,000. So let's say 25 to 37. The barangay is in between two. Let's see, the area or the street, the Plaza Mayor is located between two barangays, the Barangay Poblacion and the Barangay, let's see, according to the Ubay shown above, the barangay population or plasma is okay. It belongs to the most populated barangay. Oh, sorry, I misread it. I don't. I must be sleepy. Let's see. What is the problem identified here? 1,700 square meters to get the signage. The plaza mayor surrounded by roads, sizes range. And then let's see here. Plaza is mostly utilized as public open space for social play during Christmas season. Christmas lights remain. It seems like let's see here. Wala siya na identify ang problem or it's written here but I can't find it. Plaza Mayor. Maybe it's here in the beginning. Located on 1,000 public street with trees and greeneries and it is only plaza with public open. Let me check my recording. Space utilized park. So I guess the goal here is to update or upgrade the plaza. It's a goal to people at dusk. Around as published by is approximately 81. An adequate open space should be provided. So it's here is the problem finally. So as of 2020, it's 2000. Having flashed from 13 to 15. It is surrounded by Metro Ubay barangays, namely Tapon, Fatima, Kasate, Bud, that also belongs to the most popular. Having inadequate. So here's the problem statement here. So that is why I requested it to be like a separate thing because like sometimes malubong siya sa inyo discussion. I really want to highlight what is your area and what are you trying to do. So accommodate needs of public space, public open space. So you want the plaza to be bigger, I think. Just two landmarks. So there's a lot of analysis going on here, but I don't know what is the goal. So actually, I wanted to give like 100 points for doing the QGIS map, but it seems like the goal is not clear. Improve the plaza because of the growing population, but how do you improve it? What is your plan? So maybe I'll just double check Santo Niño de Ubay Parish. Santo Niño de Ubay Parish. Okay, there's a lot. Poblacion Ubay Bohol. Okay. Ubay Bohol. Let's see. Okay. Does it look similar to the map over here? Try to find it. Where is it? I can't tell. Okay. It is a problem. So I can't, this is like for, this is basically your assignment for next week. Try to locate it on the map so I can find it on Google Maps or add the coordinates. I think that would be the easiest because this submission, I can't really tell where the site is. So it's there. And I see the outline of the barangay, but I can't find it on the map. So it has to be maybe somewhere here. I think it's this one. I think I found it. Let me check the shape. I think this is it. I think this is it here. So yeah, this is like the main reason why we need like more proper maps because specifically there are a lot of people or like or maybe it's just me, but I have a hard time identifying the place, especially with the way we do mapping here in the Philippines, where like we have a lot of similar sounding streets, and it's very easy to like get lost. So imagine if you're going to propose a project and then your street sounds like the name of another street. Anyway, I'm just rambling. But yes, so I think this is it, and I think the goal is to increase the size of the plaza. This looks kind of different from the image, so I'm not sure. It looks the same. Okay, this one's a bit like messier here. I think this is post Odette, and this is the one on Google Maps is pre Odette. So look at the damage over there. Maybe your goal could be repair the damage or repair and upgrade. It's up to you how you will tackle it. So similar to phase submission, I think, let's see here. Let's look at the map. Good start. We need to identify the buildings around it. So if you're going to do the whole plaza, you might want to do like the buildings around it. So um, why does it do that? So you need to draw these buildings here. Like if hopefully the mouse can be seen. This one, basically the buildings around the street. That okay. So we can have like a clear picture of what's going on the street level. So let's see here, like that. So you can see that this side has kind of like a pathway, but not a real sidewalk. You can see some buildings over here, and we can put that information into the QGIS file. Okay, and then like no pedestrian sort of like a lane or painting. Not really painting, like the paint that says that this is a pedestrian lane. There's one over here. Let me zoom in, like one over here, but that's like across. So maybe the improvement would be to add a pedestrian lane here, etc., etc., something like that. Okay, next we have missing. Okay, next one. So Crystal here didn't use QGIS yet, but that's fine. I didn't really specify to use QGIS. I just needed an image of the site so I can understand the problem. So this is municipality of Sibalom, located in the province of Antique with a total land area of 26,000 hectares. Let's see here. So one of these four barangays is District 1. As per 2020 census, the population of barangay is 1,500 and represents 2.45 the total population of the municipality of Sibalom. So just moving quickly here, the goal, because I got to talk to Crystal last Saturday, is to improve the sidewalks going to the university over here. So if I zoom in a bit more, the area is this Mayor Santillo Lotila Street, and the goal is to improve the connection between these residential and commercial areas to the university to increase the number of people who can like walk there. So making it more comfortable, making it more accessible. So that's a clear goal, and that's a very good start. So that's all I needed, and it's like my only sort of request would be like for your next submission, clearly separate the population data with a heading and clearly separate the problem with a heading. So I didn't specify that enough in the instructions. So for next week, definitely make that clearer. And I think, let's see here. Okay, so this one is Maria's, and her problem is like the flooding of San Isidro in Negros Oriental. The problem with this problem is that it's too big. It's more urban planning because you're looking at a citywide proposal. So I would really focus more on a single street because like in QJS you have to like if you're going to use this as your problem, you're basically mapping the whole city, which is impossible given our time frame. So just choose one street that you're familiar with and then talk about how it floods there and what could be possible solutions. If there are no possible solutions, that's also a decent or like a finding. Like this area, even if you do all of the interventions, it will still flood. Further highlighting that urban design interventions may not be enough for this specific area in Negros Oriental, in this specific barangay. So that's also important data, knowing what we can't do in this area. And then I think, let's see here, the one submission who did include headings is like Melissa's. So we have here 900-meter radius in the intersection of Manila Talamban flyover. And then you have the map over here, the previous maps. And then the identified problems, car-centric road optimization, misplaced use of sidewalks, underutilization of traffic areas. So very clear exactly what I wanted. So if you want to have like a sample of what I would want to see for like our finals in like May 28th, this would be a good start. Alternatively, you can do something like I think this would be the fastest. If you want to like challenge yourselves, you could do something like this, and then you can have a landscape set up. You can change the page size to like A3 or whatever, and then you can do it like similar to the format I did in Sydney, where you can have a map here on the left and like your description here on the right, just like makes it look more professional. So our goal here is to create a sort of professional looking proposal using QGIS and like our brief, like just like our observations of the urban design, what they call this, factors. Okay, so now let's move on to how to draw the map. So first, I learned how to make a radius in QGIS. So it's very simple. So I have a sample here. So let's say I'll make another radius or like a circle basically. What you need to do is open your create layer over here. Let's do create new shapefile layer. Let's call it radius 2. Radius 2. Well, let's just select point and then click OK. Oh, whoops, forgot something. Not in the directory. Next layer, create new layer, oh, new shapefile layer. Let's call this radius 2. Geometry type is point. Point should be okay. Okay, there. I don't know what I clicked before. It didn't like run. Okay. Now I go to the toggle editing and let's find a point, any point. Let's say this intersection here, and click OK. So you see there's an orange dot there. So you go to, before you go to properties, let's save the point. So you just have one dot there. So to create like an accurate like measurement of like 900 radius, you can see here in the properties tab, let me show that again. You click the radius layer, radius 2, go to properties. You see here the units are in millimeters. Let's just say, let's make this to meters at scale. And then let's say I want 500 meters. So I'll just change the size of the rate of the dot or the point from 2 to 500. And then I'll change the color to like this translucent gray dot, maybe gray dot 2. And then you can change the color by clicking on this thing here, and then it should pop up the set color. I'll just increase the saturation. That's this thing here, S. I'll change. Oh, you can also select the colors over here, and you can also select the opacity over here where my mouse is. So opacity meaning it makes it more transparent. So I'll click OK, click apply, click OK, and let's see here. Oh, it didn't apply. Let's say properties, and then change the size. Meters at scale, make it, let's say 500 meters. Apply. Okay. Oops. So now that's about 500 meters. And the property is meters at scale, 500 size, and then the color is yellow. So that's how you make a circle or like a radius in QGIS. Now to make like these like polygon shapes, very easy. Wait, cancel. But my radius here from the previous disappeared. Oh wait, and there it is. But my previous radius disappeared. I guess I can only have like one point. I don't know where my previous point is. I think I accidentally deleted it. Anyway, so to create these boxes over here, you just go to um, do the same thing, create layer, but instead of selecting point, you select polygon. So I already have a buildings layer here, so they're all the same layer. So to add several buildings into like one layer, just go to properties. Oh, no, not properties. You click the, sorry, you go to toggle editing and just add polygon. So you can make another square here. Okay. And then if you make an error, you can just use the vertex tool to like arrange and move that polygon. So you just get something close to what's on the Google Maps. So something like that. So based on the Google Maps, there are about 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings on this side on the old Bonifacio Street. And then on the AS Fortuna Avenue, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buildings that weren't included in the OpenStreetMap. So to save your changes, just click the toggle editing, save, and then you're done. And then we're missing a bit more like buildings on this side. So I'll just do that. Let's go to AS Fortuna Mandaue Cebu. Go up a bit at the intersection of NJ Cuenco. So on this side of AS Fortuna, the southern side, it's basically a four-way street with an island in the middle. There are 1, 2, 3, let's say about three or four buildings not included. So that's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's like a little road there. So maybe we just need to add two more blocks. So let me create a new layer of buildings. You can also create it in the same layer to make it easier for yourself. But I'll just go through the process again for the sake of the video. Create layer, new shapefile layer. This time I'll call this buildings 2. Command type will be polygon. Click OK. So we have buildings 1 and buildings 2. So to create the polygon, we just click on the toggle editing, click on the add polygon feature, make one square. Doesn't have to be perfect. Right click, click OK, make another square, point, left click. So to make the vertices, you just left click, and when you're done, you right click. So similar to what we did several months ago. Click OK. And then once you're done with the polygons, you might want to like clean it up a bit by zooming in and moving the points here. To move the points, you click the vertex tool up here. And that, and that. And that's pretty much, that's enough detail for me. So we just need to know what buildings are there. Okay. So now your QGIS map looks more complete with the full set of buildings. And why the buildings are important is this frames the street. This creates like the sort of the visual quality of the street. And then I'll link you to another video down here discussing basically why this is important that we factor in the building heights along the street and like what what's the impact of the like walking experience if there are like buildings of the same height or different architectural styles, what kind of impact they will have on the walking experience. So our goal is to make, for example, in this area, the goal is to make walking more comfortable. So having sidewalks is very important, but on top of that, beyond the technical stuff, actually having the sidewalk, we'll also discuss um, the more artistic or visual side of like what is how do we improve the quality of walking? How do you make them feel or like make the place more memorable. So we'll talk about that in the next video. So thank you so much, and then I'll be sending you more videos later this week. So just like we'll catch up next week. Thank you.